be in the diaspora, you are physically located somewhere, usually a country or a place of settlement. But nevertheless, you have an attachment, which can be sentimental, cognitive, and so on, to somewhere else. To me, diaspora signifies new forms of agency. Individuals and groups feel that they can stand up and make a difference, particularly in relation to what they perceive as problems in their country or place of attachment.
This was an opportunity to bring communities together that don't necessarily talk to each other. So the African diaspora talking with the Latin American and the South Asian diaspora in the same room about questions that are of common interest to all, and to really raise the profile of the work that's being done by the diaspora that's, for the most part, invisible to the Canadian public, to recognize its worth and to really give it the support that it truly deserves.
A lot of them seem to be working in isolation and feeling like the challenges that they're facing in doing their work are solely their own. And through this project, many diasporas have found great community amongst themselves, even if they're working in different places or originate from different places. They realize that they're all sort of facing similar challenges, and they've developed this amazing support structure.
The organization that I'm heading is called Friends of the House of Learning, and we're essentially friends of the House of Learning, which is a school in Tanzania. Though I'm personally not born in Tanzania or East Africa, my roots are from East Africa on my mom's side. I went abroad to teach English in Tanzania, and over the duration of my trip, I also became close with the founders of the school.
I'm involved in a project. We are working on malaria. Central America, South America are areas that are usually very badly affected. And what we are looking at is trying to find ways in which we involve the communities in developing the solutions to address this challenge.
The main purpose of starting Youth Initiative Canada was to continue my connection with the work that I was doing in Kenya. And I used three mediums, which is sports, education, and entrepreneurship. I began by starting up a soccer club that brought different young people together, and we integrated different other activities like homework clubs, environmental cleanups. Coming from Kenya and living in Canada, I'm aware of what they call like the unwritten codes in terms of doing development, and I could say that I have the indigenous knowledge of the different dynamics that are happening in Kenya.
What I offer as somebody who has a connection to the Tanzanian community is I think I understand that their community is so different from us over here. So I'm more aware of when we are imposing something on them versus when we are going there to help them build on what they already have.
This project is important in terms of understanding what is actually going on the ground and shedding light on an aspect of contemporary international development that I think needs greater attention. We also need to understand what it is within the Canadian environment in terms of policy, in terms of broader social and economic structures that enables and constrains.
I've learned a lot from my peers, colleagues of mine, people that I didn't know who come from very distant parts of the world but also have very different, very rich approaches to solving some of these development challenges.
I think I've learned a lot of the technical stuff in terms of routes to go for fundraising, or how to develop your message, or how to think more critically about our projects and be open to different perspectives and opinions and suggestions.
One of the main things that I think the diaspora has been lacking is either the capacity or the resources. And I think SFU is situated in a position where it could facilitate these two main key things in terms of supporting the work that the diaspora is doing.
As a university and as a Canadian society, we really have to look at how we can institutionally support people so that they can do the best work possible.
I think SFU is doing a great job here. I think there are more opportunities as we go along, and I think the limit is the imagination.